Yo, what's up guys, and welcome back for, I believe, episode 8 of my VGC 2015 Road to the Top. I think that's what I called it. I don't even know. I'm climbing the online ladder. I have this new team that I believe Bennett Piercy made, and I found it on Nugget Bridge. It's really cool because it has nidoqueen. I think nidoqueen is really cool. I think though a lot of people did well, especially this year. Worlds in general always gets me hyped for VGC and always makes me want to play. But I think that this year I'm definitely gonna go for it. I'm gonna be going to PCs in Brooklyn, I believe that they have them whenever they start popping up. Manhattan, wherever they are, wherever they pop up, I'm gonna be going to them, and I just want to get more practice in. I'm pretty sure I won't be using fun teams like this. This team is actually really fun. It has like a King's Rock fake out, fling, Weavile, nidoqueen in general is really fun. I think it's also kind of underrated. I don't think it's particularly like amazing, but I think it's definitely underrated in a sense that it hits hard as hell and it's pretty bulky. Its typing is nice as well, and I've actually never used Volcarona before using this team, so a lot of fun mons. I did change one thing on this team is Mence had frustration. I thought it was too weak, so I gave it double edge. Also, I didn't want to make my Pokemon hate or love me. You know, I wanted it to choose for itself what it did. Plus, I didn't have the time. This team definitely has some flaws. Fairy types in general annoy the crap out of me. Mamoswine. Suicune is very, very annoying to play against. Not Suicune itself, but just because it's so bulky, but also because, you know, Tailwind support and all that stuff. Icy Wind, all of that stuff. So, we're actually going to be looking for a game. In the future, I will be having a little layout going again. I used to have one. I'm going to have a new one going for this whole VGC thing, just because I really, really, really want to get into it this year. I'm definitely going to be spamming all that broken stuff. But we have this Japanese charactered girl at 1605. Now she has, epitome of standard. Mega Kangaskhan, Zapdos, Landorus, Aegislash, Heatran, and Hydreigon. Now, honestly, what does she have for a well-played bear tick? But in all seriousness, though, I feel that Kangaskhan plus either Hydreigon or Kangaskhan plus Landorus would be her lead of choice. I'm actually thinking about running Volcarona as my lead, just because it's physically defensive. So I also have Rage Powder that doesn't stop Fake Out, because Fake Out has higher priority than Rage Powder. I believe Fake Out is 3 in priority, and Rage Powder is 2 in priority. But I also want to lead off with Mence just to get off Intimidate on his Kangaskhan lead, and I'm thinking about what I want to bring in the back. Now, Conqueror is actually really nice versus my opponent's team. Unfortunately, I don't have knockoff, so I'm kind of scared due to the fact that H-Slash does wall me. I believe I have Rock Slide, Ice Punch, Mach Punch, and Hammer Arm. Interesting set. But because of that, I'm actually going to bring nidoqueen as my 4th pick. Also being able to use that Tailwind. Picking up Okos on actually everything on my opponent's team, bar that Kangaskhan and probably Zapdos, but I am Modest, Life Orb, Sheer Force boosted, so I'm anticipating my opponent to want to lead off with Hydreigon plus Kangaskhan. That's what I lead off versus me, honestly, as my Volcarona as well as my Salamence are going to come out. So we do see Landorus plus Kangaskhan, so we're going to be trading off our Intimidates. His Intimidate does go before mine, and because I am Jolly, I know that he is definitely Choice Scarf. Choice Scarf confirmed, as I'm able to get off my Intimidate as well. Now, I am anticipating him to fake out my Salamence and U-turn with the Volcarona. U-turn on my Salamence slot as well. I don't think he'd Rock Slide, even though it's definitely 4 times effective on my Volc. I can eat it up, though, especially after that Intimidate. So what I'm actually going to do is Tailwind with my Volcarona, and I believe I'm going to pull back my Mence, because I am at -1. I want to be able to abuse this thing versus my opponent. I'm actually going to pull it back on Conk, just because Conk can damage the Kangaskhan. It also can take any hit. It can take the Rock Slide or resist it. Obviously, if my opponent chooses to fake out the Volcarona, should be a pretty interesting play on my opponent's part. I mean, like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to get off my unless he flinches me with either Rock Slide or the fake out, I will be able to get off my my Tailwind this turn. Though my team is particularly slow, so Tailwind doesn't necessarily benefit me. It does ensure that my Mence at least outspeeds it does ensure that my Ments at least outspeeds his entire team. So he does fake out onto that Salamence slot, hitting my Conkeldurr as he is going to go for the Rock Slide. Conk avoids it. Would have liked it better if my Volcarona dodged it, but like I said, I will be able to take this relatively well, considering I am 4 times weak to it, though this Volcarona is very bulky. And let us see a Tailwind getting off. Yes, so Tailwind is going to get off. Now, my opponent does have Aegislash, which I would think would be the only Pokemon that he could honestly switch in to my Conkeldurr. Aegislash as well as Zapdos. So I think I'm going to make the play of going for the Heat Wave with my Volcarona. And actually, no, there's no point in doing that. I'm actually going to pull back my Volcarona because I can save it. I don't want him to Rock Slide. I don't think he'd Rock Slide, honestly. But I'm going to pull back my Volcarona out into Nidoqueen. And I'm actually going to go for the Rock Slide with my Conkeldurr because I'm actually anticipating my opponent to want to switch out his Kangaskhan into Zapdos. Zapdos would be something that I could see my opponent bringing in right now. Alternatively, I could go right for the Ice Punch on the Kangaskhan slot. I think that would also be good. But Rock Slide also just hits everything on the field, doing some damage. I could also Ice Punch the Landorus slot if I am. You know what? I'm going to Ice Punch the Landorus slot and pull back my Volk into my Nidoqueen because both of my Pokemon will be resisting this Rock Slide. And I'm not sure. I don't think Kangaskhan's staying in, honestly. I feel like Kangaskhan's being pulled back out into something like Aegislash or Zapdos, and if I can get off this Ice Punch on Landorus, it will die. So Aegislash is the Pokemon that comes out. We might see a double swap as he actually ends up going for the Rock Slide. So if he does not flinch my Conkeldurr, that will be a dead Landorus. Yes, he doesn't flinch. No, get off this Ice Punch. Lando is gone as my opponent. He's in a very interesting situation because if he wants to go out to Kangaskhan and waste a turn of Tailwind, I believe we're on the 2nd turn of Tailwind right now. He actually ends up going out to Zapdos, so that's pretty cool. Because the attack into my Aegislash is so obvious, I'm actually just going to dual attack his Zapdos, trying to get rid of it right now. I could go for the Ice Punch on the Zapdos. I'm actually going to go for Rock Slide because if he wants to pull back, that's also fine. I'm expecting him to King Shield his Aegislash and then Swagger or something like that with a Zapdos. Rock Slide works out anyway because I can get off that potential flinch chance on Aegislash just in case I predict incorrectly. And I believe this is turn 1 of Tailwind. I set it up. Turn 2, I switched out my... Yeah, this is turn 3 of Tailwind. Sorry, I'm just trying to remember. It's different than Showdown. As you can see, I have to keep track of that stuff. But I'm just going to Rock Slide with my Conkeldurr and go for the Ice Beam. He actually chooses to not King Shield, which is pretty interesting. I do pop his Citrus Berry though, as this is, like I said, turn 3 of the Tailwind. So I'm able to get off the Rock Slide on both the Pokemon. Do we see a flinch on any of this Pokemon? Nice 30% chance. Ooh, we do see a flinch on his Zapdos. Do we also see one on Aegislash though? Nope. Aegislash is able to get off the Shadow Ball right now. Definitely threatening. Maybe I should have prioritized getting rid of Aegislash because Aegislash is a huge threat to me. But I'm just going to Earth Power. This is my last turn of Tailwind. I'm going to Earth Power Aegislash. I don't really care if he chooses to go for King Shield right now. It is the biggest threat on my opponent's side of the field. I'm just going to go for Earth Power, and I'm going to be abusing the final turn of Tailwind. So he switches out his Zapdos into Kangaskhan, as I'm going to be able to go right for the Ice Punch onto that side with my Conkeldurr. I was debating going for Hammer Arm because it would have knocked out Zapdos too. He actually did not go for King Shield with Aegislash. Very interesting. Even if he had a Focus Sash, I obviously broke it in the following turn. So I don't know. I don't know why he didn't do that. I feel like I can just win now with my. My Salamence. Honestly, I felt like my opponent needed to go for King Shield on that turn to have any chance of even winning the game. But maybe he tried to predict hard. Like he really tried to predict hard. He's definitely gonna fake out my Conk. That's what I would do if I was in this situation. So what I'm actually gonna do is go right for the Sludge Bomb onto the Zapdos slot with my Nidoqueen, and I'm actually going to pull back into my Volcarona with my Conk. I don't feel like I need to make this play, honestly. I could safely keep Volk and then sack Nidoqueen or sack Conkeldurr, honestly. You could dual attack, but the reason I went for Sludge Bomb onto the Zapdos slot is just in case he does have the Roost. I am expecting him, though, to fake out on the Conkeldurr slot because he can HP Ice my, he could have HP Iced my Nidoqueen to knock it out, which is why I made that play, and this is why I made the Volcarona play, because now he is burnt, as he does go for that Roost like I was expecting. It was all around my best play to go for Sludge Bomb because it hits some really hard even after the roost, and I didn't want to go for earth power just in case I was wrong, because you know I would miss out on a chance to knock out my opponent. So what I'm going to do right now is just sludge bomb the Zapdos. It is the bigger threat, I feel, and I can just go right for the Rage Powder with my Volcarona, forcing my opponent to attack the Volk. It's looking pretty good for me right now, honestly. I don't see myself losing, especially if I just spam Sludge Bomb and Rage Powder, of course, making my opponent attack Volcarona no matter what he chooses to do. So goes for the double edge. I don't think they'll be able to knock me out, honestly. I don't even think 2 hits. Ooh, I was mistaken. My bad. I don't think the crit mattered. I wasn't expecting it to do that much, but he is going to lose more HP because of that double edge, as well as taking that burn. Ooh, as he goes right for the HP Ice. Smart play on my opponent's side, as it is actually able to pick up the KO onto my Nidoqueen, but I still do have my Conch, which can just Mach Punch his Kangaskhan, and I also have my my Salamence, which can just come out and Mega Evolve and go right for the Dragon Claw onto the Zapdos slot. So Conkeldurr will be able to pick up the KO on his Kangaskhan with this Mach Punch, and like I said, I can just bring out Salamence also. You don't have to bring them both. That useless Intimidate, it honestly doesn't do anything. I feel bad for this Kangaskhan. It got burnt, but you know, that's why Flame Body is so awesome. Just gonna Mega Evolve and go right for the Dragon Claw on Zapdos, and just go right for the Mach Punch onto the Kangaskhan slot. HP Ice from Zapdos won't even be able to knock out my Mega Salamence, not from full anyway, and even if he does, I can just spam Hammer Arm with my my Conkeldurr to win, so it doesn't really matter at this point. So Mach Punch does go through. He didn't even go for a last ditch effort like Sucker Punch onto my Salamence, as we are able to pick up that KO. Nice. And Dragon Claw is going to be able to connect. Well, it's 100% accurate. I'm going to be able to knock out the Zapdos. Get a crit. I think some insult to injury. Nice salt in the wound right there. And we beat Japanese player #1. Let's see if we can get... That wasn't me trying to impersonate anyone, by the way. I know it could definitely sound like that, but I swear it wasn't that. I swear. That's just that's my Bronx accent coming through. Look at that battle box team. Ooh, level 100 Ferrothorn, level 100 Clefable, level 100 Jirachi, level 100 Beedrill, and a level 50 Azelf, just to give myself even more of a handicap, as if I'm not using 5 Pokemon already. But we're going to be looking for another game, and like I said, I like this team. I think it's really fun. I don't think it is the best, or particularly the best, honestly, but it's definitely very fun. I feel like Conch is usually a weak spot, but in that game it definitely came through. Getting off that flinch on, what did I do? Kangaskhan maybe? No, it wasn't. I don't even remember what I flinched. I have very bad short-term memory. But yeah, I really like the Weavile. Fake Out King's Rock has actually saved me. Fake Out King's Rock Fling has actually saved me a couple times, considering I can just go right for the... I get that double flinch basically, which is really, really, really nice. And I believe King's Rock also makes it that I can flinch my opponent. I have a nice percentage to flinch my opponent, so if Icicle Crash as well as Knockoff, I can also flinch with those. But we're facing Joel. Ooh, we share a similar, we share the name. Maybe he might be Joel though, but he's really, really low on the... Yeah, you know he's low on the ladder when he has a Hitmonchan. Yo, even in regular, Hitmonchan ain't very good. So we go from... decently near our rating, the first opponent. I actually had more points than my first opponent, to someone that's pretty far in the opposite end, but I'm definitely not going to underestimate them. I'm not going to underestimate them at all. I feel like Volcarona plus Nidoqueen is a nice lead. I definitely want to have Salamence in the back. It just destroys my opponent's team. And as weird as Weavile sounds, actually no. I mean, Weavile would be nice because I could fake out Togekiss, and then I could knock it out with Sludge Bomb. So I could alternatively lead Weavile plus Nidoqueen, and that would also save me versus, honestly, anything my opponent could bring. But I think Volcarona Nidoqueen is better, because under a Tailwind, Nidoqueen just destroys my opponent's team. Salamence in the back to get off the Intimidate, as also checking the Talonflame, the Hitmonchan also. And then I think Conkeldurr, I also have Rock Slide, so that'll definitely be nice, especially under the Tailwind. So Joey versus Joel, or Joel, I don't know. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? Did anybody hear that? That just scared the crap out of me. Oh my god, who was talking? What just happened? Did an ad just play? So unfortunately leads off with the one Pokemon that counters my entire team. I actually bet you I can live this Brave Bird from his Talonflame. So I'm actually going to go right for the Tailwind right now and just Sludge Bomb the Talonflame. I think with the combination of the Brave Bird recoil, I know I can live this because I'm max defense, max HP, and he even protects with Galvantula, so that's amazing. I did not expect it to happen. I didn't know what Galvantula would do, but he sets up a tail. Oh no, I just set up a Tailwind too. So basically, we have 2 Tailwinds going out in the field, which doesn't necessarily help us because now we're at the same speed as before. So basically his entire team outspeeds me. That Sludge Bomb does a hell of a lot. Good lord. I'm actually just gonna go for Heat Wave with my Volcarona, knowing that it will knock out Talonflame. Talonflame will most likely kill itself this turn. And I'll just go right for the Sludge Bomb onto the Galvantula slot just in case he wants to switch out to something that could dodge an Earth Power. Obviously Earth Power isn't super effective on the Galvantula. This guy's just going for Protect every other turn. Help. As he goes for Struggle. Hello? Doesn't this lower my special attack or something like that? Or is that Electric Web? Or lowers, yep, it lowers my special attack. So, this guy got those next gen strats right here. But I do connect with the Heat Wave, and the reason I wanted to dual attack the Galvantula, or even though Heat Wave went for both, is just in case I had a Focus Sash. As I'm able to knock out Galvantula, we'll probably get another battle after this, just because I don't think this one will be too long. And this is turn 2 of Tailwind gone. Not that it really matters, just because we both set it up. Honestly, it's just helping him. Now, this is a threat that he just sent out. I'm actually just going to go for the Rage Powder with my Volcarona because I want him to Brave Bird my Volcarona 100%. That way I can get the free switch into my Salamence. That way I can threaten his Volk, stop the sweep. I was thinking about going Conk, but I think Salamence is honestly better. Get the speed boost going on. Once I Mega Evolve, I do outspeed his entire team, unless he's running like a Choice Scarfy Dragon or something like that, or a Choice Scarfer in the back. But going for Rage Powder, hopefully he does go for the Brave Bird onto the slot. I'm pretty sure I can live it, honestly, just because I am max defense. Like I'm pretty much max defense, max HP, something like that. So this thing's actually really bulky. As you can see, I do take it, and recoil is going to be able to knock out the Talonflame while also popping my Citrus Berry. I'm not ahead, by the way. I just know what's going to happen because I know this. I'm commentating it in real time. I'm not ahead of it. But yep, he does go for that Quiver Dance, which is something I definitely fear. So that's also turn 3 of the Tailwind. So there is one more turn left. That's just something to keep in mind. And this is annoying, but I'm actually just gonna go for Rage Powder with my Volcarona because I don't want him like protecting with his own Volcarona and then going for like a Dazzling Gleam or something. I could go for Rock Slide, but I think I just want to double edge straight up the Volk. I don't want to risk missing, and I do have Mach Punch in the back to take him on, as well as my Nidoqueen in the back, which I did save just in case he did have this Togekiss, which is something I was expecting. But I'm gonna go for Rage Powder just in case he wants to try and like Scarf Flinch my anything. Honestly, this Bug Buzz should not be able to knock me out, though it is +1. I could be underestimating. Yeah, definitely. As I do connect with my Double Edge, and is he Sash? Nope, he is not. So Volcarona is gonna go down. He has a Rocky Helmet. Interesting, very interesting. As I believe. Good lord, but the recoil does not stop as he is able to go right for the Edge Slash, knocking out my Volcarona. But at this point, the Tailwind is going to end. Not that it necessarily matters, but it might mean that, yeah, before Tailwind ends, it might mean that my Nidoqueen outspeeds it. But either way, I am at full, so I can just fire off repeated Sludge Bombs plus Double Edges into his last Pokemon slot, which is that Togekiss. And I will win this game. I will win this game. I don't see him winning right now, but I'll just go right for Double Edge on the Togekiss slot. This is going to do a hell of a lot, by the way. This Double Edge from Mega Sal. Did anybody remember when this thing was in OU? This thing is ridiculous in Ubers. And I see able to go right for Dazzling Gleam, so he will be able to pick up the KO on my Salamence this turn, but he would definitely get knocked out by my Sludge Bomb. And there can only be one Joel. I'm just saying, even though my nickname is Joey and everybody calls me that. Even in high school, well, back in high school, I'm not in high school anymore, guys. I'm in my 3rd year. 4th year, going into my 4th year of college, sort of. I think, yes, I believe so. But either way, we're able to pick up that victory, and I think because it's only been 20 minutes, and I don't really, though I like to make these two battles, I think that I will want to get a stronger opponent. Honestly, I learn a lot more. I mean, I learn from playing anybody, just because I'm still new to VGC, and you never know what your opponent can bring. That's the beauty of VGC. They can bring whatever they want, similar to how standard is, honestly. When you see us using Hita squads, and our opponents are probably like, what the hell is this? But you know, we make them work. Why? Because of unpredictability, because our opponents like to choke. And we got Japanese player number 2 on deck right now. So he has the most amazing standard team I've ever seen. Kangaskhan, Cresselia, Landorus Teeth, Thunderous, Heatran, and Sylveon. Yeah, this guy is beyond standard with his team. Conkeldurr is actually pretty nice in this game, though Cresselia plus Sylveon kind of wrecked me. Thinking about leading Volk plus Salamence again, Nidoqueen in the back. Actually, I think I like Weavile. I think I like Weavile plus Mence better because I could potentially fake out the Cresselia, fake out Sylveon leads, fake out Kangaskhan leads, also get off the Intimidate, and I think Volcarona plus Nidoqueen in the back. Does speed control really do much for me in this game? Like, what does Volk do for me in this game? It hurts Crest, so I think I want to bring Volk. Definitely Braylon doesn't do as much as Nidoqueen or Volk do, so I think I'll be going with that. Salamence plus Weavile, get off that Intimidate on a Kangaskhan or a Landorus lead. Also get off that Fake Out. Having Volcarona in the back is really nice after I get off that Intimidate, because what I can do is I can choose to fake out his Landorus, pull back my Salamence into my Volcarona, as I would assume he would try and fake out that thing, and that does give me that 2 chances to burn him with Flame Body. And Flame Body is pretty vicious, not gonna lie. If you guys haven't used Volcarona in VGC, it is a nasty Pokemon. After seeing Jam use it and a bunch of people, I think the second place dude at Worlds used it. Or maybe it was Nats, not entirely sure. Not this team, but he definitely is a Volk. But Weavile plus Salamence is a definite lead. I love to lead with this team, either Volcarona plus Nidoqueen or Weavile Mence. I think they're pretty solid, as my opponent ends up leading off. This is annoying. Crest plus Sylveon, huh? This is definitely annoying. I can go. You know what? We can Oko Sylveon right now, so I think I'm just gonna go right for Double Edge on Sylveon and fake it out. Honestly, I want to fake out Crest. He could alternatively protect. Does Double Edge knock out? Does Double Edge knock out Sylveon from full? I don't think. I want to calculate, but at the same time, I think that's cheating. So deciding what I want to fake out right here. Do I fake out Crest or do I fake out? No, I'm just gonna go off the assumption that Double Edge knocks it out. I don't want him protecting with Sylveon and setting up a Trick Room, though I don't assume that's how. I think this is specs, but I'm just gonna Double Edge into the Sylveon slot. I will learn from my mistake, as he does protect with his Sylveon. Great. So this is perfect for me because not only does it give me the fake out on his Cresselia, stopping him from setting up a potential Trick Room or doing whatever the hell he wants to do. I actually get a crit too. But I stopped Crest, which is nice, and you know what, we're going to stop Crest again, and I'm also just going to Double Edge right into that Sylveon slot, and go right for Fling onto the Cresselia slot. I'm anticipating him to pull back his Sylveon into his Heatran, or Landorus, honestly, but I can still Fling into the Cresselia slot, also forcing it to flinch one more turn. And I really do think Double Edge knocks out Sylveon. I know they run really bulky spreads, that way they can live Double Edge from Kangaskhan, but this is a Mega Salamence, man. This isn't Kangaskhan. This is Air Late boosted. Jolly Max attack. Granted, I ain't adamant. But as you can see, I will be able to fling. I might just lose 2 Pokemon right here. But I will be able to fling that Cresselia, making it flinch this turn. As we do Double Edge into the Sylveon slot. Does it pick up the KO? It does pick up the KO. Nice. The reason I kind of expected it to is because in a previous battle that I did recently, before I started recording, I faked out a Sylveon. It did like almost like 15%. So I was like, yeah, Double Edge definitely kills, and it did. So as you can see right there, that is amazing for me. A great start for me as my opponent brings out Kangaskhan. I'm just going to protect with my Salamence because I don't want him faking me out, and I'm just going to go right for the knockoff onto the Cresselia slot. I'm anticipating him to fake out my Salamence and try and go for Icy Wind, maybe go for a Helping Hand, a Trick Room, I'm not even sure, but getting rid of Cresselia's item would be very nice. At this point, I'm assuming it is Safety Goggles, because I haven't seen Rocky Helmet. It could also be Citrus Berry, so I want to get rid of that Citrus Berry. Those are all options, though I'm thinking that maybe his Sylveon was either Life Orb or Citrus. So Protect, as he does fake out into my Weavile. Okay, and let's see what he chooses to go with. So, what he chooses to do with his Cresselia. It could be Trick Room. Yep, he does get up the Trick Room. So that's turn 1 of Trick Room. Trick Room has 5 turns, and all hell is about to break loose, huh? He's definitely gonna Ice Beam or Icy Wind. What is my play of choice? Well, I do have Volcarona in the back, so I think I'm gonna pull back. I think I'm gonna pull back Salamence into Volcarona, and the thing is, if he has Heat Rain in the back, which I'm thinking he does, I don't want that. So I'm just gonna go right for knockoff onto the Cresselia slot and pull back Salamence. I think Salamence is more key to victory than Weavile is. Weavile, of course, getting rid of Crest would be nice, but if he does choose to go for Double Edge into the Salamence slot, or the Ice Beam as he actually ends up pulling off, that is fine by me, as he goes right for Low Kick. Alright, so that's turn 2 of Trick Room gone. Now, let us see what we can do right here. Let's see what we can do. Gonna bring out Nidoqueen now, and alright, this is turn 3 of Trick Room. Let's see. He's definitely gonna. Do I want to Rage Powder? Do I want to Heat Wave? It's really hard for me. I want to Rage Powder because I want him double edging or returning the Volcarona slot. And I think I want to Sludge Bomb the Cresselia just because I want to weaken it for my Salamence. So I'm going to Rage Powder, that way he's forced to attack me. I'm assuming he's going to go for a Psychic and or maybe an Ice Beam onto that slot, as I actually outspeed his team in the Trick. Shout outs to the Trick Room, as he is going to skill swap with me. Oh, that's really nice. That is definitely nice on my opponent's part. Wasn't expecting that. But I can now Earth Power his Cresselia, which is also nice for me, as he is going to go for Double Edge. It's going to do a lot. Definitely going to do a lot. And I haven't been counting turns of Trick Room. What is this? This was turn 3, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, that was turn 3 or 4. But as you can see, he was able to attack me, doing a lot to him. That's actually enough where Double Edge can knock him out. So I'm actually just going to go for Rage Powder again. And now what I can do is go right for the Earth Power on the Cresselia slot, just in case he wants to pull that back into Heat Ram, predicting my Sludge Bomb. I did notice that you no longer have Levitate. So I'm going to go right for that Earth Power onto his Cresselia slot, also forcing my opponent to attack my Volcarona with his Kangaskhan, and I believe there's only one more turn of Trick Room after this, and because I do have double protectors, that is going to work out for me. So again, that Rage Powder is going to go off, as my Kangaskhan will be able to outspeed his team. I know Earth Power should be able to knock out Cresselia at that range of HP. If it didn't, then Sludge Bomb was my better play, but Crest goes down, as he's going to Ice Punch actually. Oh, that's even better for me, because one, there's still another turn of Trick Room up. There's still one more turn of Trick Room up, and my Nidoqueen outspeeds / outslows / whatever the hell you want to call it, his entire team. So he actually brings out Thunderous. So gonna Rage Powder one more time to stall out that last turn. I'm actually just gonna go right for the Ice Beam onto his Thunderous. If he doesn't pack Protect, because he could be packing Swagger, Taunt, doesn't necessarily have to have Protect. Because the Trick Room is up, though, my Volcarona will actually be able to outspeed him if he does have Taunt. So just going to Rage Powder one more time, forcing him to attack that slot. As my Nidoqueen's Modest Life Orb Sheer Force, I don't know if this will knock out Thunderous just because they are very bulky. Barely misses out on the KO. We do pop his Citrus, though. We do pop his Citrus, as he's able to go right for the Double Edge onto the Kangaskhan slot, and Double Edge plus HP Ice. I'm assuming he's going to HP Ice. Maybe he'll Thunderbolt. But this is the last turn of Trick Room, though. So he does Thunderbolt, so that's as nice. Trick Room is going to end, so we end up at full HP right here. And my Salamence can come right out. And I believe my best play is actually to Protect with my Mence, predicting him to Thunder Wave it, or try and Swagger it, and just go right for Sludge Bomb onto the Thunderous slots. He cannot knock out my Nidoqueen this turn. I don't want him Thunder Waving and then winning with Kangaskhan. I want to get rid of that Thunderous, and I want to, keep the odds in my favor. I think that's my best play. If I did choke this away, I'm sorry, guys. I'm still learning, but I don't want him to Thunder Wave. Even though he does have Trick Room, I still think he has Thunder Wave or Swagger. So he does try and Thunder Wave. Nice. This works out for me. as he double edges into my nidoqueen slot. That should not be able to knock me out. Yep, doesn't knock me out like I was anticipating, and gonna be able to go right for the sludge bomb on the thunderous slot. And I think I played that end game pretty well, as that knocks out his that does knock out his thunderous, and I believe it's a good game because he cannot knock out both of my Pokemon. So just gonna go right for double edge onto the Kangaskhan slot and also go for sludge bomb and finish it off. That was a really good last game, I think. That skill swap definitely caught me off guard, though I know it's rising in popularity. I don't think it's, I mean, it definitely worked out in that situation, and also for Mark when he played. I saw him hashtag Marcus Blunder, but yeah, it definitely worked out there. But I think I played that endgame pretty well, trying to lower the odds of me losing to luck. So I hope you guys all enjoyed. I definitely feel like I'm getting better at VGC. I'm getting more used to what Pokemon do, and also counting the turns of Trick Room and Tailwind and stuff like that, which makes me pretty proud because I feel good when I'm, getting better at something. But like I said, I hope you guys all enjoy. Feel free to leave a like if you did, subscribe if you want, retweeting my video, leaving comments. It all, one, helps my channel grow, and it also, I love reading your guys' comments. I don't always reply to them, sometimes because I can't reply to them, which makes me so sad, because sometimes, why is it the people that I can't reply to ask the most questions? Like, I'm sorry, I just can't reply to you. There's no option to reply to you. You gotta fix that in your Google Plus or whatever the hell you have. But yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed. Feel free to leave a like if you did, and later, guys.